What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, MLB DFS video. It is Tuesday. It is April 18th. It is tax day, and I have yet to file my taxes. So, after this video, I am going to file my taxes. I've never waited this long. I don't know what I did. I don't know why. But you are not here for that. You are here for MLB DFS content. So, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, if you find this video helpful, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're going to break down basically the entire slate. Now, we had a few games yesterday postponed due to rain, so now we've got those games today, unless there's weather concerns. So we're going to look at that. They're not going to be on the same slates. They're not going to be on the main slates. They're going to be different. So we will dig into that a little bit. We'll look at that. If you have comments, questions, or concerns about that, definitely let me know, and we can figure out what we're doing there. So we tried to do well yesterday, and we built lineups. We built core lineups for people who have signed up for FTA Plus right here. And, of course, we had Corbin Burns, who got hurt and left. We also had DeGrom, who got hurt and left. So today's a new day. DeGrom was shoving before, and I said that yesterday. DeGrom was having a great game. He should have a great game. He just faced the Royals last week. He started to have a great game here. I think he had 58 pitches in 4 or 5 innings. He had 5 Ks. Had a lead. I think it was 4-0 lead when he left. And yeah, so that's the thing with DFS. It's a new day. We can build a new lineup. It's not a season-long lineup. So comment down below if you got screwed over by DeGrom getting hurt, or Corbin Burns, or both, because I believe one of our DraftKings core lineups had both of those pitchers in it. So knew it was an early night, so I just went to bed, started the research this morning, got it ready to go. So we're going to do a contest. We do the contest every single day. If you want to win a free week of MLB DFS content brought to you by FTA Plus and Fantasy Team Advisors, you got to like the video, be a subscriber, and tell me who's going to hit a home run and what inning they're going to hit it in. Also, we're doing a bigger contest with, if this video gets 50 likes, we will pick one random subscriber per random.org to win a free MLB DFS month plus sports betting. So, without further ado, we're just going to jump right into it. We've got this game right here. So we have 2 Cleveland and Detroit games and 2 Philly and White Sox games. So first game, Hunter Gaddis versus Matt Boyd. If you're playing the early, on DraftKings you can play all day slate, seeing if this is in here. And some of these games might not be. So yeah, so you can still play these games, but this is where you need to get a little bit. And if you've never come across this before, because we really haven't had this yet this year, and if you haven't played before, you've got to pay attention to who is starting game 1 and game 2, especially the bats, because they might not both play. So this is where I'm going to go over it, but my suggestion probably is just jump to the main slate, which we might just jump to the main slate, because this is going to get a little bit confusing, and people have been screwed over before, and I really don't want that to happen here. So we're just going to jump to the main slate today, so this game's out, this game's out. Like, if I'm just going quickly over it, maybe Gaddis over Boyd and the Guardians against Boyd, but I'd take the Guardians against both of these lefties early, and then Phillies at the White Sox is another one. I don't mind, like I said in yesterday's video, I don't mind either of these pitchers. I'm not really going to be touching up on these games because we're just going to get to the main slate. But I don't mind either of these pitchers for Wheeler's probably more of a cash, and Lance Lynn's more of a GPP. Kind of same thing here. Giolito's more of a cash, and Falter's more of a GPP there. And then this game actually isn't on the slate. So if you look at that, you've got Taj Bradley versus Nick Lodolo. This is part of the early only. This isn't going to be part of the main slate, so that's kind of something to look at. But looking at the Rays, they started off super hot. They just lost 8-1 yesterday to the Reds. Again, it's Great American Small Park. I don't mind, honestly, the Red stack again. I just don't. But you could look. I'm not going to have either of these pitchers if I were playing. Giants at the Marlins next game. Alex Wood versus Edward Cabrera. Wood, 80 plate appearances, a 203 batting average. Cabrera, 8 plate appearances, a 500 batting average. So not much going on there. So looking at that, I honestly don't mind, but we could look at Alex Wood as GPP. I wish this game was a little bit. I wish it was in San Francisco, but Miami is also not bad, so I don't mind that either. So looking at this, Wood versus Cabrera, both are GPP options for me, but again, I'm not going to be playing much of this. I will be playing the main slate, which is what we're going to talk about right here. So you got the Orioles at the Nationals, Dean Kramer versus Josiah Gray. Kramer, 17 plate appearances, a 353 batting average. Josiah Gray, 2 plate appearances, a 1 batting average. So there's not much going on, or 1,000 batting average. To be honest with you, I don't mind either of these offenses. I'm probably not going to be looking at these pitchers here. So I will pause here if you haven't already. So we're going through all of the pitching and stuff, but if you guys want to see we break it down just a little bit more. So about the top 5 or 6 pitchers on this slate, we put them in the article. So the article is actually down below. It's in the description. It is linked there. So we do that, and then we do top 3 or 3 plays at each position we like out of all the batters, and then we have stacks on there as well. So you can check that out. Again, all the views help on that as well. Next game, Angels at the Yankees. You've got Jose Suarez versus Clark Schmidt. Suarez, 50 plate appearances, a 186 batting average. I don't mind him. The Yankees are a good team, though. I would throw Suarez as a GPP option because the Yankees do strike out. Flip side, Clark Schmidt, 8 plate appearances, 375. We saw him do pretty good against the Guardians last week, but we know that he can get lit up. So I honestly don't mind an Angel stack here. So Trout, Renegfo, Ohtani, Taylor Ward. It just doesn't, like, lefties in Yankee Stadium could spell trouble for Schmidt. So this is just something to pay attention to. I won't have any exposure to Schmidt, I don't think. Twins at the Red Sox, Sonny Gray versus Chris Sale. You got Sonny Gray, 27 plate appearances, a 222 batting average. You've got Chris Sale, 56 plate appearances, a 204 batting average here. I honestly am looking at a twin stack here. I like Sonny Gray's pitching here. I don't trust Chris Sale. He seems, every time I want to use him, he seems like he's getting lit up, and we've mentioned that before. So that's kind of where my thought process is there. I won't have much Sale exposure. I probably won't have any Sale exposure. I will be looking at Sonny Gray. I will be looking at Minnesota bats. And if we want to look at the Minnesota bats that might do well against Sale, Gray is 6 for 29 with a home run. Buxton's 3 for 15 with a double and a home run. I don't mind that. Kepler 1 for 3 with a double. So I would just be looking at probably a Minnesota stack there. Rangers at the Royals. You've got Nate Eovaldi versus Brad Keller. I know his numbers aren't the best, and he isn't coming off a good start last week. Actually, I believe he faced them last week as well. Let's see. Because I do remember I picked him up. Yeah, I mean, he faced Kansas City last time, 5 innings, a 10 ERA. Did have 12.6 K per 9, which is okay, but his numbers aren't good. 88 plate appearances, a 407 batting average, striking out 26.1%. Brad Keller, 70 plate appearances, a 20% K, and a 234 batting average. So if we're looking at Kansas City bats to take against him, we could be looking at, Franmil Reyes is 6 for 13 with a double and 2 home runs. Hunter Dozier, 4 for 9 with a double. Matt Duffy, 4 for 5. Jackie Bradley Jr., 2 for 6 with a home run. Vinny Pasquantino, 1 for 6, but that one hit is a home run. Nicky Lopez, 6 for 10 with 2 doubles. Melendez has a home run, 3 for 6. Kyle Isbell has a home run. So, honestly, as much as I want to say take Eovaldi here, I would throw him in a GPP in case he figures out whatever he needed to figure out since his last start, because Kansas City's not that good. But I am definitely looking at a Kansas City stack against Eovaldi. And then Brad Keller, it's hard to want to – I'm not taking him. Marcus Semien jumps up at a person I want to take this on this slate. Jankowski. It just depends on who's out there starting for the Rangers. But the Rangers were a good stack yesterday, and yeah, I mean, looking at that, Marcus Semien 3 for 12, a triple, a home run, and a single. Brad Miller's 5 for 12 with a double. Nate Lowe's 3 for 10 with a double. I'm in a home run. I'm probably stacking Rangers. I'm looking at Semien, Lowe, probably Jonah Heim, maybe Jankowski. It just depends on who's out there for them. So, yeah, that's what I'd be looking at in this game. This game here, Diamondbacks at the Cardinals, Dre Jameson versus Jordan Montgomery. Dre Jameson as a GPP option, I don't mind. Montgomery's both cash or GPP for me. And then I'd be looking at the Cardinals bats here. So, Arenado, Brendan Donovan, Lars Nootbaar, Goldschmidt, just all of those. Just look at the lineup and build with some Cardinals players and Montgomery. Blue Jays at the Astros, you got Chris Bassett versus Jose Urquidy. Bassett, 80 plate appearances, a 243 batting average. Urquidy, 66 plate appearances, a 306 batting average here, which is kind of crazy. The Astros have they've lost a little bit. Looking at that, I'm looking at Toronto here. I'm looking at Bassett. I think Bassett more of a GBP. I don't know if I trust him in cash versus the Astros. But the Astros bats against Bassett here, just kind of dig in a little bit. Bregman, 7 for 19 with 2 doubles and a home run. That's 368 batting average. Fantastic. Kyle Tucker, 3 for 16 with a double and a home run. I don't mind. Jose Abreu, 3 for 16. I love Yordan. 4 for 10 against Chris Bassett. 3 home runs. So I had someone say they wanted me to dig into the bats a little bit more, but looking at this, there's a reason Yordan is my picture of this article and video. So I really do like. I don't mind Bassett as a GPP option, but I absolutely love Yordan today. If I'm doing a home run pick, I would pick Yordan as my home run hitter for today. Urquidy, I don't trust him, especially his numbers. We're looking at Blue Jays bats. They've been hitting pretty good. I know it's not in Toronto, but Matt Chapman, 2 for 12, was on fire, but he's kind of slowed down a little bit. Vlad, 5 for 12 with 2 home runs. Bo, 3 for 12 with a home run. George Springer, 2 for 5 with a home run. Danny Jansen, 1 for 2 with a home run. So, honestly, I don't mind a stack. I don't know if I'll use either of these pitchers, but I would definitely look at a stack here of either team. But I definitely love Yordan today. Pirates at the Rockies, I don't know what to say. Rich Hill should not pitch as good as he did yesterday. I was all over a Colorado stack where we should have been all over a Pittsburgh stack. Kind of the same thing here. I mean, I think it's going to be recency bias, but I'm not trusting either of these pitchers in Coors. I would be looking at the bats here. So what Rockies bats have been good against Vince Velasquez? We will check that out right here. Charlie Blackmon, 6 for 20, 1 double. It's batting 300. Chris Bryant, 3 for 6 with a double. He's been on fire. Had a double yesterday. Had a home run yesterday. He is on fire. I am taking him. I am taking a Colorado stack here. CJ Cron, 3 for 4, 1 home run. He's been ish, but I'm taking him for GBP. So I'd be looking at a stack here. I'd be looking at a Blackmon, a Chris Bryant, CJ Cron. You want to get a little bit crazy, you could be looking at Jurickson Profar. He's 3 for 3. Elias Diaz. It just depends on who's the catcher for Colorado. And then on the flip side, the Pirates bats against Urena. Kutch is 5 for 18, had a home run yesterday. Carlos Santana, 5 for 17 with a home run. Brian Hayes is 1 for 4. Brian Reynolds, 2 for 4. So if I'm stacking the Pirates here, I'm looking at Kutch, I'm looking at Santana, Brian Hayes, and Brian Reynolds for sure. Maybe Jack Sawinski as well if you want to throw it in there. Next game, Cubs at the Athletics. I do love how this game is in Oakland. That is a pitcher's park. We're going to take advantage of that. I am looking at Marcus Stroman versus Ken Waldichuk. Stroman, 16 plate appearances, .063. Batting average with an 18.8 K percentage. I'm looking at Stroman here. I'm now looking at Waldichuk here. Definitely looking at Stroman and maybe possibly look at some Cubs bats. None have faced Waldichuk before, so it just depends on who's going to be out there. Braves at the Padres is next. Spencer Strider versus Blake Snell. Absolutely love Strider. 40 plate appearances at 147 batting average, striking out 35% of those batters. And then flip side, Blake Snell against the Braves has not been good. 69 plate appearances, striking out less than 18%, and a 407 batting average. So the Braves bats that have had success. I mean, Kevin Pillar is 9 for 23 with 3 doubles. If he starts, I love him. 391 batting average, cheaper bat. Matt Olson 1 for 8 with a double. Eddie Rosario 4 for 6 with 2 doubles. Acuna 2 for 5 with a double and a home run. Love that. Adrianza 4 for 6 with a home run. Love that as well. Batting .667. Sean Murphy has a double. So I am definitely, and Marcel. So I'd be looking at it, if this is DraftKings, you're doing 5-2 stacks. So you could be Pilar, Olson, Rosario, Acuna, Marcel, Albies. It just depends on who's out there. So I definitely will have a lot of exposure to the Braves against Blake Snell. Brewers at the Mariners, you got Colin Ray versus Logan Gilbert. Ray, 11 plate appearances, 222, so nothing there. Logan Gilbert, 9 plate appearances, 333. I'm probably not touching this game much. If I am, I'm probably looking at either of these pitchers for GPP, but that's probably about it. Then the final game on the slate, the Mets at the Dodgers. You got Tyler Meagle versus Clayton Kershaw. Meagle, 19 plate appearances, a 31.6 K percentage, and a 421 batting average. Obviously, those numbers are inflated because he's only faced 19 plate appearances. So if we just want to look at what bats might have had success, probably not much. Freddie Freeman, 4 for 8. He's always a good option. But yeah, I mean, that's why the numbers are at 666, 333, 500, and 500. So they're not much. I'd be looking at a Dodger stack, Freeman, Max Muncy, Mookie, and it just really depends. That's kind of where I'm at on that. And then Kershaw, I love Kershaw tonight against the Mets at home. Kershaw, 97 plate appearances, a 25.8 K percentage, 189 batting average against him. Looking at what Mets bats may have had success against him, Eduardo Escobar's 4 for 22. That's a 182 batting average, but he does have 2 home runs. Starlin Marte, 4 for 19. Tommy Pham, 3 for 17. Mark Canha, 3 for 10. So other than that, no one's hit a home run but Escobar, who's batting 182. So I really do like Kershaw tonight. Let's just hope he can get us 6+ innings and doesn't get let's just hope he doesn't get hurt. So there you go. Those are the pitchers on today's slate. Let's look at the daily BV. So this is the article. Click the link down below in the description. That's today's article. That really does help me out. And if you do want to sign up FTA Plus, you can sign up right there. Don't forget to play our contest there. So just looking at daily BVP overall, Jose Ramirez against Matt Boyd, 11 for 38, 6 doubles, a triple, or 6 singles, a double, a triple, and 3 home runs, batting .290. Josh Harrison versus Lance Lynn, 10 for 33, 5 singles, 3 doubles, 2 home runs. So I did see people talk about the bats a little bit more, but you can check this out. This link is down below in the description of the article. It's also FTA, so Fantasy Team Advisors, MLB, and you can go to BVP, stolen base targets, cheat sheet, which is part of FTA Plus, betting odds, and park rankings. So you can find your BVP there. We can find the stolen base targets here. You can see Blake Snell gave up 16 stolen bases, and Acuna has 36 in the time frame. So you could, if you're sports betting, you can find all of that out, or you can go here and look at the largest, which is John Birdie, blah, 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 blah. So you can check out all of these right here. Then we can go to MLB odds. You see that the Rockies against Velasquez, again, are the highest amount of points, but then you've got, this is what it was yesterday. So it was Rockies 1, Pirates 2, but it was actually the flipped upside down there. So you can look at that. These are all here. Look at all of the odds with MLB odds, and then our ballpark rankings. We do have showers from Fenway. We have showers here, but this doesn't matter because this is a dome. So really the one to look at is Fenway right now, but you can see Fenway's had tied for the most amount of runs with Cincinnati, Fenway, and I guess Oakland Coliseum is now called Ring Central Stadium or Coliseum. So you can kind of check that out and go on and look at who's had the best, and then you can sort these by games played, or you can sort it by any of that to figure out kind of what players you might want to target or what games you want to target. So that's really all I've got for you in this video, guys. Thank you so much for checking it out. If you found it at all helpful, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we will continue to rock and roll and bring you daily MLB DFS videos for you. Remember, if this video gets 50 likes, one lucky subscriber will be chosen for a free month of MLB DFS plus sports betting content. Also, the home run contest, all you got to do is like the video, be a subscriber, Tell me who's going to hit a home run and what inning. That's all I've got for you guys. Good luck today. And as always, bring home that bacon. Peace.